welcome back to Diablo's Laboratorium Emporium. My name is Diablo, and today we are going to be working on the next step of our grand design. Now, last time we did satellites. We got a nice, neat little setup right here. We can shorten this. We can always do two sides or just straight on in, however we want it. I have decided something, though. I'm going to take this away, by the way, because we're not doing anything with it today. Today we are going to be focusing on the stuff that we need for all the other stuff. So the tertiary items, so blue chips, low density structures we already have, fuel we already have, radars, obviously we need to build those, solar panels and accumulators, all that and more. Little Shunt, hello, how are you today, sir? How has your week treated you, and how is the rest going? How's your weekend going? And we can kill this, I suppose, and oops, and let's just clean this up a little bit, shall we? Before we continue. Alright, that seems... Oh yeah, I forgot one. That seems to be clean enough. We already have a blueprint of it, I believe. Yes, perfect. And technically we've got that thing in there. I'm very well. It's been a good week. Yes, it's been a fantastic week, and this week is going to be even better. I can promise you that. Well, at least from my point of view. Ooh, I'm stuffed. Because I only have to work 4 days this week, and I can do a little bit of a holiday. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So that's also a nice announcement that I can make right now. Well, at least it's nice for me, maybe not so much for you. But let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I'm taking off last week of voice training. Actually, no, there's one more in between. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss that one. So this week is going to be the second to last week of voice training, or a voice acting course, the voice acting course that I was doing. They skipped a week for, I don't know, some reason. I don't need any of this, do I? Just let's start out clean, shall we? Let's do that. All right, cool. So I will miss the last course of voice acting, but why will I miss the last this way? Why will I miss the last week of my voice acting course is because I am going on a holiday, a short holiday from next Friday. This is too noisy. Next Friday to the Monday a week past. So it's an extremely long weekend, if you count the week in between as a weekend. So there will not be any streams on or episodes on next. Let me think about this. Next Thursday. Well, we didn't have one on Thursday anyway. Next Sunday, Tuesday. And then the next Sunday after that as well. So 3 streams are going to be missing, and then we'll be back for more fun. But then I'll be back for the normal week of streaming, where the Thursday is also included, because the course will have run its course. All right, back to the map. Now, what I want to do, regardless of how this is going to be fed, I want to have this tucked in here. Something like this. We should be able to centralize that. I'm not entirely sure how yet, but we should be able to do something like this. I don't know. Like I said, this is going to change the way we are going to feed this thing. But that really doesn't matter that much. I just like the idea of having this centralized in here. These satellites being produced on site, so we have a very small area for the robots to collect their satellites and put them down. Instead of building it way, way, way off-site and then having to fly a long distance. Because you're like, yes, that does mean no multiplayer Sunday this time. I apologize for that, but there will be more. There will be more. How dare you take a break? What are the rest of us going to do for those 3 streams? I don't know. Pine for the good old days. Pining for the fjord. Anyway, now that we know where our satellites are going to be, I needed to see if that fit actually, and it does. So that's good. We already know our inputs here, so it's time for the next step actually. And I'm gonna leave these rockets for now. So what does that mean? Well, we need lots of stuff, right? Now to make rocket fuel, we just need the chemicals. So the only train station that we're going to need for this is the oil train station. Hopefully we can find water nearby. If not, we're going to have to pipe it in from a long distance. But get alive may have been the correct answer. No. Watch and support the beginners to this game. That's yes. Go and watch Little Shunts for those 3 streams, and then come straight back. Could always talk to the girlfriend for once. Radical idea though. Yeah, don't do that. Ugh. Might start to like her. Who wants that? Yeah. So we need for the rocket fuel. We just need oil, right? No problems there. However, for low density structures, we obviously need a lot more. We need copper, we need steel, and thus we need iron. And we need plastic bars. Now, the plastic, because of the way we've set up our rocket fuel design, we have a lot of petroleum gas left over. Well, I say left over, but ready to use is maybe better to say. Hey, Sam the Bannerman. Hello, sir. Hello. And I think I want to stay... Yeah, I think I want to stay true to what we've designed before with the train stations and all that. Raw in, etc., etc. Keep to the rules of the game, or the map, I should say. So that would mean that we can use lots of designs that we already have. For instance, we've got, there we go. We've got some plastic designs right there that we can just plonk down, right? We know this works. We know how much it produces, so why not use this? Why am I being called at this time of day? Give me just a few moments, folks. Sorry. I am so sorry about that. I am back. I just had to answer that real quick. Right, what was I saying? So we do have already, this produced 128 belts of plastic. Now, if I am correct, we only need, 100 and... that was a quick phone call, yes. To say... I'll call you back doesn't take that long. But if I'm not mistaken, we only need about 103 belts of plastic. I think. Let me just quickly check that. Nope. Oh my god, I've just seen how many belts of plastic we need. Okay, so in order to... Holy shit. Right. In order to get all of the plastics that we need, we are going to need 218 belts. Yes. So the 128 that we built before, we're going to need to double that. Damn. Okay. Well, 228 would be, or 128 would be 256, so that's too much, but about 40 too much. But still, so one factory less, because every factory delivers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 16 or is it 32 belts of plastic? I can't remember now. Alright, well, I need to check something, so I'm going to place this down. I'm going to turn my robots off. Oh, poop, there's like a factory in the way. Well, my robots are off, who cares? I'm going to do that. Hopefully I'm allowed. Thank you. We're going to walk up here. Luckily, I'm at 100 speed. So, okay, so this is one exit. Is it true? Yes, this is true. And one exit is indeed 32 belts of plastic. So if we calculate to 218, we do 64, that's 2. We do 128, it's 4. We need another 3, I suppose. That's another 96. So that would be 128 to 18 plus 9. Nope, plus 6. Yeah, that's 224. I think that should be all right. Yeah, that's 7 in total. You are absolutely right, sir. 7 in total. 7 is a stupid number, by the way. 7 is a stupid number. Because if I look at the design that we have here, which we can just take, right? This we know, again, we know this works. Mr. Andrews says, do you need plastics for the satellites? If so, you can use the extras there. Unfortunately, the 218 already, fortunately / unfortunately is just how you approach it. The 218 already encompasses the satellites as well. So it's okay. It's okay. Let's go to 8. Actually, it's not a bad idea to go to 8 because, as you can see, the coal that is delivered per 2 stations, which makes it look nicer. Let's just face it. It makes it look nicer. I don't know. And I really don't care if we overproduce this a little bit. So what I'm thinking here is I'm indeed going to go to 8. Sam the Banana Man says, satellites uses 1 belt max. I'm afraid you're completely mistaken on that, sir. Remember, satellites need low-density structures, and low-density structures take always, but especially on expensive mode, a butt-ton of plastics. So we're going to need a little bit more than 1 belt just for the satellites. This is why I don't care if we go to 8 outputs. The only question, or the only problem I have, is how are we going to balance it out? Because we only need the 208 belts. Then again, if we overkill on a few of these, that's fine. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. In any case, so if we take this design, we can, in fact, plus that one. This is 4 plastics. So we can double this with the lower end obviously cut off. It does, however, mean that we need to move the belts on the right-hand side to the right, further to the right, to make room for the other, 100 and somewhat, 128 belts. Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely overkilling in the in the plastics department, but I really don't care that much. We've got... How much fuel are we making? We are making 3 times one of these setups. Well, one of these adjusted setups for... let me just do this. We've taken this chemical plant and adjusted it to work with the rocket fuel that we are going to be making behind it. That means we are producing, because we've got 1, 2, 3 of those. So technically, I think we should be able to push in maybe 1 or even 2 of these plastics factories completely from the petrol that we are making for rocket fuel. I think so. That looks weird. Yeah. The blurriness on the belts is not part of the... Is not because I have a terrible stream or anything like that. If you look at these numbers right here, they're sharp as a knife. The blurriness is what I also see on my screen. It's just that the engine can't render it properly when there's this much stuff. It almost looks like there's 3 giant belts, 3.5 giant belts. But trust me, this is 128 belts next to each other. The graphics start to interfere with each other. In any case, so we can, I think, maybe feed 1 or even 2 of these, but we'll have to figure that out due to trial and error. Mr. Ash, good morning to you, sir. I am ever so sorry for missing Tuesday's stream. I have been out of the country visiting parents and had my days packed full of relatives and trips. And that is your excuse? I mean, nope. It's not good enough, sir. It's not good enough. The internet is global. You know that, right? Out of the country. I'm glad you're here, sir. I'm glad you were here. So I think what we're going to need to do is plonk all of this down and just do a test build, as we've done with all our designs in the past. Just make a test build and see how we can make it work. I know. It's just an excuse for being lazy. I thought so. I can see through the ruse, but that's okay, sir. So, damn, that's going to be a lot of work. Anyway, let us. Okay, I think I can start to use or keep on using, basically. I need to zoom out. Okay. See, what I'm trying to think about right now is how do I want the layout to be? I'm obviously going to do the layout in a horizontal fashion. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna include this one here. This is gonna be out of the way the most. Still works. Yes, still works. I'm just gonna build it up right now. I got no other choice, so I gotta do this. If I take this again, I have no idea how this seems centralized. My robots are off. Yes, this is good. That will touch that. This is good. This does not need to be. I know, it's noisy. There's nothing I can do about it. I can put these in separate boxes. It doesn't really matter if I do, does it? Don't need to have it in a centralized box. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's not have this one. Did I center it correctly then? Yes, I did. Alright, cool. Cool, 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 cool. There is no center. Yes, there is. If I do it like this, then I have this one lined up with that one and this one. Ooh, lined up with that one. It is perfectly centered, sir. I accuse you of fake news. I don't care if this fills up actually. So I'm going to leave it like this. The only problem we have right now, obviously, is our intake. So we're going to move that intake. This is not the final way of it going in, but because I don't know how the rest of this factory is going to work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this down, erase that, and then just take this and move it up this way. Obviously, this is not the correct placement, obviously, but for now, it'll keep us in mind of what we design and what will work to go from 1 to 2 divided the way we need it to be divided. We can always change this later. But the placement of this is what's most important. Now, obviously, what I would like to do is we've got these 3 machines that we need to ingest. This is going to be quite a big machine because this is only 1/3 of what we need. This is in fact everything that we need, and this is in fact everything we need. Still think my single assembler machine looks better. I think I spent about 4 hours trying to get that into a state where I would want to place it inside my factory, and although it does get to quite a high number, almost the theoretical maximum that a machine can do, which is 28, and yours got to 27, I believe. It is too much of a risk factor to keep it all on one machine. So we're now doing it on 2 machines. Overkill. We'll never have issues with it, he said confidently. Maybe a better idea to use filter inserters so you don't forget which product is going to go where before creating the blueprint. That is not a bad idea, Mr. Andrew. That is not a bad idea, but I can do that a little bit differently by going like this. Because yeah, it kind of does matter which one goes where, does it not? Yeah, we've got these 2 single ones, so this is fuel, this is satellites, and these are the other 3. Alright. Which one was the... Yeah. But it's a good... It's definitely a good plan, sir. Here we go. I would like you to be fuel. I would like you to be satellites, because we will forget indeed. The rest does not really matter which one goes where, so I'm not going to bother with it. You go there, because we can change those up. Wait, I don't need you. I need... What else do I need? Oh, right. Satellite... No, not satellites. Solar power, yes. And, of course, the accumulators and the blue chips. That is what we need to go in here. Now, if I take these away again, so we don't see stupid blinkies, we can do that, and everything's in place. Perfect. It's more for the coming blueprints rather than the current one. Still, for this one, it's also very nice to have. For the intake of these things, it doesn't really matter because they are equal, so it doesn't really matter. These ones are not equal, so it does matter. All right, that is done. What I would like to do is I would like to take, for instance, this one and stick it as close to... Ooh. Oh, interesting. Oh, I need to turn this around. Well, I can do an intake. I mean, I can set it next to it. So we get one row of train stations. We get one row of raw material to the next level of material. So iron ore to iron plates, etc., etc. Then it's dependent on what we need to input. To see where what goes. All right. So I think we're going to get 4 layers. We might be able to get away with 3, but I think we're going to get 4 layers. And seeing as the rockets don't actually have an... Oop, they do have an output. Yeah, all right, so this one stays outside of it. That kind of sucks, though. I want to integrate. Sorry, I'm just thinking about... because if I look at yellow science, we can do that right here, by the way. Oops, wrong one. If I look at yellow science right here, is this one? Yeah. The lowest factory on the right-hand side there is the yellow science. And you can see it's on the 3rd level, right? You've got train level, making intermediate, so iron ore and that kind of stuff to iron plates. And then we've got the 3rd row, which is the factories that make products that we need for the end product. As you can see, the belts are obviously on the right side of that factory. So if we would do the same here, yeah, I think I want to do the same here, actually. I'm quite sure I want to do the same here. But then the question becomes, where are we going to park the rest of our stuff? Okay, we're going to do exactly what we did with the other factories. We're going to make a little mock-up. We're going to make a little mock-up. So, we've got, let's say, 4 plastics. I'm going to use these things. Let's say these are... Oh, that stinks. I need to have some power in here. Oh. Alright, let's say we have 4 plastics. We also need... I'm going to say 3 times... So these are plastics. Get away. Mosquitoes. I got mosquitoes year round, man. Rocket fuel. Right? These are going to be next to each other because the petrol that we don't use here, we can use to make that. Now, technically we would have, technically we would have 8 of these, right? I'm going to go like this. Yeah, I'm just, all right, power. Screw it, power. So 8 of these, 3 of these. What else? What else? Well, we need rocket science or rocket parts. And obviously we need low density structures as well. And those are both going to be singular big factories, right? Okay. Okay, so what else? We need blue chips for that one. But also, obviously, for le satellite. C'est un satellite. So that's technically all we need it for? Yeah, I think so. For blue chips, we need red and green. Oops, red and green. All right. How many blue chips do we actually need? We need about 5 belts worth. We need about 5 belts worth. So that can be one giant factory because we already have something that poops out, I think, that about that amount. We would have to check, obviously, with our yellow science that we've built. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but it's somewhere around here. Yeah, I think it's that second factory right there. That's the blue chip factory. And I believe that is 8 belts coming out of it. If it's 4, we're actually royally screwed. So I'm going to check that out just because I can. Hold on. The machine will react eventually. There it is. All right. Let's go to map view. Okay, so let's have a look at this. There's the stuff. I clicked it. Now we're just waiting for it to turn blue. There it is. All right, cool. So yeah, that's 8 belts coming out. Wait, is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 8 belts coming out. Those are not fully compressed belts, so we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to look at what our yellow science actually needed. But I believe it's quite good. If this is true, then we can use the green chips and red chip factories. We can basically use our yellow science setup with a few tweaks. Obviously, we don't need batteries in that. Well, actually, we do. I'm saying no, but we do, because we do need to build accumulators, which I believe take batteries. Yeah. So we can basically build yellow science again and just tweak what the stuff goes into. Is that true? Pipes are not that big of a deal. Gear wheels, not that big of a deal. Wait, oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. Copper plate, steel, electronic circuits. The electronic circuits for this one might be a little bit of a thing because obviously we have, limited amount of those. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That is not 1. Well, it does look the same. Yeah, so that is 1. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10 green chip factories right here. Okay. Interesting. This is just steel. I mean, theoretically, we can keep this all the same. We need the steel. We need the low-density structures that we can see here. We need the red chips that we can see there. How many red chips do we technically need? 28 belts. That's a little bit more than what we have there. Okay, it's a lot more than what we have there. Oh my god, this thing is going to be friggin' enormous. Okay. So, Control Z, go away. Plastics. Fuel. This one can move away from here. And I suppose we can do... Let me just put down what we need. Blue chips, steel, copper, Well, copper is going to be included. Well, never mind. What else do we need? What else do we need? We need these things. I'm gonna shift these around, but I just want to see what we need, right? And where we are going to place them down. Gear wheels is going to be part of... No, we don't need gear wheels. What am I talking about? I was looking at the wrong thing. I don't want to be here. I want to be here. We also need these things, I believe. Is that true? Somewhere in my head, that's true. Yeah. So we're going to need these things as well, which is going to, you know, require even more red chips. Okay. So we are going to need green chips a lot more than this actually. That's great. Red chips obviously, and blue chips. Did I not already put the blue chips down? No, I do not. Then we are going to need this one. What else? What else? Got those. Did I already account for radars? No, I did not. So we'd need radars as well. There we go. And we'd need, for radars, we'd need what? Gear wheels we can integrate. And we don't need that much. Green chips we already have on the line somewhere. So we don't need to extra build those. Okay, I think we've got everything down now to visualize what we need. Sulfuric acid and batteries. We forgot about those, which are kind of important. So let's put them down as well. I can't select sulfuric acid because that obviously does not get picked up by. So we'll do that. That represents our sulfuric acid. And we get batteries as well, which we can pick up. So those should be there, I believe. Are we there yet? Batteries. To make batteries, we need sulfuric acid. And we need sulfuric acid for this one. Now, sulfuric acid we make in ridiculous amounts really fast. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. We already have a setup for that, which will feed everything quite easily. I'm much more worried about all the other stuff that we need, right? This is just oil. Plastics. Well, plastics, again, needs coal as well. Coal is a raw material. Coal would be behind this. I'm not going to worry about that. It's not a major ingredient in one of the things that we need, right? Wow, that's a lot of stuff that we need to put down. And we obviously want to have the rockets. Well, I'm just going to represent it with a rocket silo, but these are the rockets. So what feeds into what? Well, this feeds directly into there. Low density structures does. Undo that. And what else? Fuel. All right, this already gives us a little bit of an issue. So we move this here. All right. Now we don't need all of our rocket fuel to go in here, because some of the rocket fuel needs to go to... Wait, did I not put those down? Did I not put satellites down? But I'm going to say, because satellites is now a part of our rocket science setup, or our rocket setup, I'm going to just cheat a little bit and go like this. So all three of these are going to this area. And whether that is on this side of the belt or this side of the belt, we'll have to wait and see. However, plastics. Plastics is needed for this boy right here. So if we can get this one to this side... but we also want... poop. Okay. So what if we centralize on... Wait. If I go like this... take out... I need lots of plastics for that. What else do I need plastics for? Do I need plastics for... Yeah, I need plastics for that as well. Shit. Okay. Plastics are the most annoying part of this, because I basically need it everywhere, right? I need it for that one, for which I need lots of green. See, I was thinking if I move this to in between here, we can centralize this on that and have most of the plastics, because most of the plastics are going to low density structures. We can have most of the plastics just go directly into there, and just whatever's left over we can push on through, which makes the plastic belts that much smaller, right? Because now what we've done with yellow, is we've pushed our low density structures all the way to the bottom, and pushed our plastics all the way to the other side, and then in. If we can reduce that length of belts, that's good. I do need plastics for this. Well, red chips will need plastics. We already knew that. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. We don't need it there. Have you figured out a way to power this ginormous factory? Yes, I do. Yes, I did, sir. The first 2 power stations are already up, and we are going to build 2 more, and we should have more than enough. The entire factory will take about 160 gigawatts of power. We already have about 80 gigawatts of power running right now, so we should be good. We should be good. I'm just trying to figure out which part of the factory is going to go where, so we are not going in blind. This is just acid. Okay. So this needs plastics, and this needs plastics. This does not. This does not. So if we move this one there, and we move this one there. Nope, wrong one. So now we've reduced the amount of belts we need to go from plastics to where we actually need the plastics. The unfortunate thing about that, however, is red chips are going to need about 1 billion green chips. Fortunately, the way we've constructed our previous design is by, whoops, wrong button, is by flanking the red chips. Yeah, there you see the second factory on the right-hand side from the top is our red chip factory, and it is flanked on the top by green, and we can flank it on both sides by green. It's gonna make but we can't do that because of the iron and The one good thing about the size of the Space Science Factory, says Andrew, is you'll have plenty of solar power production if you need to change your power plants to solar due to a lack of UPS. I will never do so, sir. I will never do so. So plastics are coming in from the top. Green chips are coming in from the top. And from the bottom, we are feeding in lots of copper. All right. Never say never. I just did. And you just did. Twice. 1 billion green chips would be about 22.2222.2222 blue belts of chips. Well, there's a goal. There's a goal for the next factory. 22 million blue belts of chips. Talk about an UPS killer. Okay, so the reason that we did what we did in yellow was basically to get... No, it's either that or that. Never mind. Obviously, we need green to be fed by copper directly because iron is not as needed for green chips. So the design of this still works. Okay. See, the point is, I could make an... Okay, let me try to explain this maybe a little bit more clearly. If I were to do something like this, right? Because we could, in fact, do that. We would have to obviously feed in copper and iron to this. So copper would come in from the straight from the back. I'm drunk. This one. Copper plates. And iron would come in from the side. Oops. Oh, and this one would need copper as well. And then iron would come in from the side. Just... Yeah, it doesn't really work with one space things, but you know what I'm trying to say. So this would be iron, right? And copper would come in thusly. Alright, hopefully that makes it a little bit more logical, but whatever. There we go. This, because we need 28 belts of red chips, and as far as I know, the design that we have, which, you know, we know that works. So why change a winning team? Only spits out 8 belts. Is this true or is this not true? Let me just check this out real quick. Let me check this out. Well, I say real quick, this is still quicker than going back to the actual map, loading that in and unloading it every time. Alright, let's have a look. Oops. I kind of built stuff, but that's okay. This is spitting out 12 belts of stuff. So the factory we designed here is actually designed with 12 belts of stuff in mind. It is almost, says Mr. Ash, as if someone, quote unquote, has created a map so ridiculously big it takes quite a while to load and unload. Yeah, who did that? Jerks. So I'm assuming, actually I don't have to assume anything. I can just measure, can I not? Yes. So how many machines do I have? Is this a fair calculation? Yeah, I believe so, because there's no other things in there. Okay, so we've got for some strange reason, 709 machines in here, which I don't believe to be true, because, you know, there's probably, yeah, there's a hole there, and there's a hole there, so that's already 711, and then we were missing a whole bunch here. So let's just call this 1, 2, 3, 4, poopsicle sticks. This is interspersed. So we got how many per row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 per row. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 rows. So we've got 12 per row. That means we've got 240 machines on one side. We've got 480 machines working to make red chips. Damn. Damn. All right, so that means the following. We need about 5 times this size of factory to get to the number that we need. Okay. Because if this is 480 machines... Wait, yeah, I said 400. No. Then we need 3 times this. 3 times, 4 times? I'm not entirely sure. Let me have a look. Yeah, we need about 1,300 machines to get to the number of red chips that we need. We are inputting... Haha, I don't know which one is which. I do. This is plastics. This has to be plastics. So this is green chips. We are inputting, per 480 machines, we are inputting 8 belts of green. Nope, 16 belts of green. So that's 48 belts of green. Do we have a green science in this picture? Nope. Yes, we do on top. So, what does one green factory release? 8 belts of stuff. Okay. Makes sense, because we can do a green on each side. So just for the red, we'd need 960, yeah. 6 out of 6 green factories like this. Jesus. Okay. Why is nothing happening? Oh, because I did stuff. I shouldn't have done stuff. There we go. Turn my robots back on. Remove everything that we don't want and or need. Okay. That's just the 6 we need for... That's just the 6 we need for... red chips. So we could do that like this. And concentrate this and do this 3 times. That's just for red. The green, the blue takes more. I know. Believe me, I know. Green does not take plastics. What does low density structures take? Obviously plastics, copper and steel. But only 2 steel. So steel is not the important factor here. So I still kind of want to get low density structures as close to plastics as I can. Yeah, because that just saves me a lot of belt placement, right? I think so. Now, red obviously is going to need a lot of plastics as well, so that will be, I think, the next on my list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this one up to here. I'm going to not do this, I think. We're gonna have a lot of belts anyway. We're gonna have a lot of belts no matter what we do. And we need 3 of these. And then we need blue chips. Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. So the plastics... There's nothing else that needs plastics, right? I gotta check this one more time. No. Oops. No. Do batteries? No. Okay, what else? Steel? No. Green chips? No. Well, technically these do, but indirectly. So we're back to red chips. Radar stations do not. No. Sulfuric acid does not. No. And batteries. We already checked batteries. So this is all that needs plastics. This is all that needs plastics. So what we are going to do is we are going to take all of these plastics, make one ginormous belt down. But not as ginormous as we once did. Oops. Alright. Oh, I miscalculated. Whoops. Oh well. Screw it. That one, that one, that one, that one. So that's going to go down here. Now that is, most of those are going to feed Actually, blue does not need direct plastics, does it? It just needs red chips. Ha 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 ha. Okay. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm thinking maybe we do a little bit of a different design for this, but we'll find out. So we get this to go. Most of this is going to go in here, right? I'm just gonna make this a little bit ugly, but at least we'll know where it's supposed to go. So most of this will go in here. And then some of this will go in here. Yeah, we need one more. And then this one goes there. And then... Alright. That means we are outputting low density structures. And red chips can go... We don't need that many, so I think we can just feed one directly into here. Low density structures don't need that. Yeah, most of the red chips are going towards blue. How many blue did I need again? 5 belts. We had enough with that one factory, I believe. So the green is the problem there. The green would be the problem there. Obviously, we would need green in here as well. So if we take the green and we output that to the back instead of the front, we can get lots of green everywhere. But we would need lots more green to handle that. Boy, oh 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 boy. This thing is gonna be stupid. I have 10 green ones in our previous yellow science factory. 2 of those are just for red chips. That means 8 of those are for different things. And the only thing I can think of right now that is eating those are the blue chips. Is that correct? Well, and well, no. Haha, yellow science. Okay. Yeah. Ah, the flying robot frames also take a bunch. But most of them go towards making red chips and blue chips. Got 20 there, we got 2 there. Okay. So if I say we've got maybe 1 used for... Let's have a look. So we've got these 4. This is 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Right. This one feeds directly into the red chips. These ones... That one feeds down. Those ones feed up. So we've got 3 going up. most of those are going into blue indeed. Because we got these belts coming in. A few of those are going in here to feed into the flight packs, or whatever they're called. But most of these belts, as you can see, are feeding into these ones for the blue chips. Oh boy. And then all of that combines into yellow science, which goes out. So, we've got green chips coming in. Yeah, lots of green chips coming in. Lots of green chips coming in. And then a few red chips coming in. These are the thin lines here. But we've got 32 in, 32 in right there. That's a lot of green chips. So, this spits out 8. We got 32 on each side. That means we need 4, 8 just for this. We need 2 per red. So that is 6. That's 10 already. And obviously we need some for the low density structures. Go away. No, not the low density structures, sorry. The modules, the number 1 modules, which is not that bad, I think. But that's another 32. Shoot. That's quite bad, actually. Okay, let's approach this a little bit differently. We need 140 belts of green chips in total. That's what my calculator says. So if we get 8 out of one of these, then that's 16, 32, 8 is 64, 16 factories would be 128, which would be still short. So I'm going to go for another 16, which is another 2 factories. So that's 18 factories in total. Is that correct? 8. 4 is 32. 8 would be 64. 16 would be 120. Yes. So 18 of these ones. Holy moly. Kick on. Hello. What are you up to? I'm trying to figure out how to actually set up our white science factory. Trying to figure out how we can set this up. And we need 16 of these. 16. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we double this, we got 14, 15, 16. Is that correct? Did I just say 16? No, I said 18, didn't I? 16, 32, 64. Yeah, no, we need 2 more. Damn it. Okay, that's the amount of green chips that we are going to need to create. So I think we are going to concentrate our stuff. He's trying really hard to fry his brain today. Yeah, that is accurate. I think we're going to concentrate our stuff. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. By so copper plates come in from the back, steel comes in from the top, and plastics come in from the top. We are going to need a stupid amount of space. Abascotti says, "Goedendag." Well, goedendag to you too, sir. How are you and how have you been? So, if we... Oh my god. Okay. So if we... Okay. Not entirely, but okay. Will do. Nope. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already in place if we do it this way. 1, 2. Yeah. Popsicle sticks. That's not what I meant to do at all. Sorry about that. 1, 2. Yeah, something like that. This one obviously not. Okay. That means we just get a very thick line of green chips going this way. And no longer feeding in these ones. Well, they're still feeding in this way, but that's just going to be copper and stuff. Alright. Obviously, the plastics do need to continue to move down. And we get... This red can just feed into... Well, that went all the way the wrong way. Cool. Into green right... Or into blue right there. These two reds are going to be needed elsewhere. Actually, most of this red is going to be needed here. That's not true. No, we don't need that much red here. We are going to need a bunch of red for speed modules. Yeah. Kiercon says, I'm looking forward to that RCU build? What's RCU, sir? I don't know. I don't get the the shortcut there. Miri Mod, thank you for the follow 40 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. I was so concentrated on doing whatever it is I'm doing right now. I completely missed your follow there. I apologize. But welcome. I'm... Oh, rocket control units. Ah, yes. We already had those. I could swear we had this... What is the RCU talk about 3 times now? Probably. I would not put it past me. Okay, so we figured out how to get red on the line. We figured out how to get low-density structures with the shortest amount of plastic belts. We need 64 green ones for this, which can in fact be on this side. Oops. And does not need to be on this side. Which makes it easier for me to do other things. Now, 64. That's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I... Poopy. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I take away these are the ones we still need. But these are the ones that are going to go in here. Now, obviously, that's going to be a few belts wide. So let me represent it like this. Okay. So what else do we need? We need so many things. Next up, what is the LDS talk? No, I kind of remember that one. It's left dinner side, right? That's what that stands for. I apologize, okay? Fine. My density's never been so low. Where are you? Here you are. See, I need... How many do I need for this? Because there's quite a lot of demand for green chips out of the solar panels. If I check my calculator real quick, 140, 129. So I'm going to say that is 12 belts. So that's not that much. That's technically less than 2, actually. Don't apologize. It's a nice chuckle each time. And I, for one, wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, sir. So that's 1.5 green belts needed for this one. But this one also needs steel plates, which would come from somewhere else. Doesn't really matter where they're coming from. But we can concentrate. Poop. Okay, hold on. I could do that. But I also just could concentrate all my green in one ginormous area, making belts behind it a little bit easier to manage. $12 belts to normal players is a lot. Here it is insignificant. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, sir. What else? If I do not do that, what? Oh my god. Steel's not it. This also needs green chips. Obviously, we need green chips in here. And that's it, basically. Okay. So these green, all of this is now no longer needed. Okay. So for the rest of the build, the only reason I have green chips is for speed beacons, speed modules and solar panels. So if I take this, stick that in there, get these to go... This is not clear enough. It's not clear enough. Let me separate these out a little bit more clearly. Yeah, let's do the same. I like this. Okay. Then we take this, which doesn't need that many. So I'm going to go represent that with one belt. And then I'm going to assume that we are going to need lots of them for the speed module thingy-mabobs. So I'm going to represent that with 2 belts. Then what do we got left? All of this? Cool, cool, cool. That kind of sucks. Because rocket fuel is just going to go straight into here. Does not need anything but oil. Cool. But unfortunately, low density structures is what exactly is exactly what needs the blue and speed. So maybe we do that centralized? What else do we need? No, just those 2. So yeah, maybe we do that centralized. Or we make an extra layer. We could do an extra layer, I suppose. We're going to get an extra layer anyway. So maybe we do an extra layer for all the 3. So yeah, 3 basic components. Because if we do an extra layer for these 2, oh, screw you. There we go. Which then would feed this. I'm just gonna represent this as centralized, but it's probably not going to be. Poop. There we go. We can do... What else does low density structures need? Just copper and steel, right? So copper obviously, oops, coming in from the back. Steel is a little bit more of a thing. But if we do 2 iron stations here, we can have 1 iron station feed these things and then 1 iron station feed that. I don't know exactly how many iron plates I would need for that. 320. What are we talking about? Low density structures? Yeah, so that would be 320. So 80 belts of what? Well, poopsicle sticks. Okay. Okay. That's not entirely fair. I need to... sorry, I need to figure out lots of things, so... Yeah, it's 9 belts of steel. Which sucks, because that's a weird number. I don't like weird numbers. So if I need steel, I don't want to start steel all the way down here and push it all the way through. So I think I want to have steel in between here. But that being said, steel 9 belts is stupid though. Because we need steel for the solar panels as well. We need steel for the solar panels as well. Alright. Yeah, I guess we're stuck. I guess we're stuck doing steel on a long distance basis. I guess we're stuck. Damn, this thing is complex. This thing is really complex. What if we... damn it. What if we break this up into two things? And go vertical instead of horizontal above where we are with our current factory. Main base. If we do half the plastics here, half the plastics there, well, that doesn't really work because that would assume that these, the representation of these belts are enough to feed this. But if it's not entirely balanced that way, okay. So I guess steel is coming in from all the way down here. And I don't think I have an option to do it otherwise. Abascotti says, inquiry. Why is there a central distribution point for all the white science components ingredients versus having an injection point for each white science ingredient? Sorry. Why is there a central distribution point for all the white science component ingredients versus having an injection point for each white science ingredient? I'm not entirely sure what you mean, sir. Actually, yeah, I could represent this better, by the way, by doing that. Thank you, Sam the Bannerman. Thank you very much for the 250 bits. Thank you. He says, wow, look, bits, enjoy, for my fellow Dutchman. Very, very, very much appreciated, sir. Very much appreciated indeed. Okay. This one obviously does not want to be there. Oh, sure, why not? Stop the blinking. Stop the blinking. You seem to be trying to be wrangling all of the belts through one area for all the ingredients. Yes. Yes. As with all our builds thus far on this map, we are feeding in from one side raw materials, and we are hoping to export on the other side with science. Rather than have the ingredients for the rocket compute units or whatever they are called, separate for ingredients for low density structures, or am I mistaken? Kind of, Mr. Abiscotti. Okay, so it took me a second to understand what you were saying, but yes, we are concentrating our material production for our individual components per production sort. Somewhat. If you look at green chips for red, I've combined those into one setup, which obviously will facilitate the need for a whole bunch of train stations behind this that do iron, that do copper, to feed all of these factories, and the plastics will come from the outside. The plastics will come from the outside, and we do this for multiple reasons, but the biggest one is that we need so much of it that while we could, in fact, make miniature factories going, all right, we need, I don't know, some oil here and, some iron and plastic. And then we do oil here again with some iron and iron and copper. And we do that again over here. I'm messing this entire thing up right now, but that's okay. Having everything concentrated and balanced out makes it way more efficient. Not per se in the UPS department, but it is more efficient to do it concentrated this way, so you have a finer control over how much stuff is going to what factory. If I have a plastic factory for every separate item I need, I will always be overproducing by a lot. Now, it is already kind of hard to realistically get everything fed with the amount of outposts that we need. If I go overboard, because we are on expensive mode, remember that, if I go overboard on the amount of stuff that we are going to be needing to be pushed in, it's going to be even more ridiculous. Molly Dean, I hope I said that correctly, says, hey, first time around here, just joined. Hello. Oh, did I miss another? Oh my god, did I miss another? Oh my god. EdGamer TTV, I missed another follow. Anyway, first time around here, just joined. What we are seeing here is a map organization and chest replacement factory production units, right? Yes. Representing. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is a schematic way of trying to figure out our factory that we are going to be building eventually. Our ginormous factory that we are going to be building eventually. And we still got some missing parts that we need to fit in. And I was explaining that building this concentrated like this gets us more control over how much raw material we need to push in. Welcome to the most stupid build of 8 blue belts per science on expensive mode. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I don't care. Alright. It is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. Let's have a look. We still need to figure out... Oh, my God. See, the problem is, I only need... For the fuel, I only need oil going in. So technically that would be first row factories, right? If I separate out our computer units to the second row, then technically, because that is, the second to last product that we need to go into white science, which is fuel as well, then fuel also technically would need to go in the second to last, or in the second row of factories. But I really don't want to do that, because I think it might look stupid. Right. That's it, Andrew. I've had it. Does this do what I think it does? I think so. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Andrew has now officially become a mod of this channel. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Thank you for always being here and helping out. That is very much appreciated, sir. Very much appreciated. So, I have no idea what that means, by the way, making you a mod. It should give you some powers. I just have no clue as to what they are, or if I need to set something, but... So, hopefully that was clear enough. And if not, well, sorry about that. This needs steel as well. And copper. Copper coming in from the back. Alright. Obviously, all of these need copper and iron coming in from the back. That is a thing in and of itself. I think what I want to do is not have this. What is the third thing that we need to shove in to our rocket to make it work? The low density structures, which is already part of the first row. Yeah. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these out. By 1, 2, 3, something like that. Cut this off, put that there. Get this out there. And then obviously we need this to go in there, and we need this to go in. Oops, this to go in there. Keep everything on the first row. Keep everything on the first row. Just looking at the mod layout. We'll investigate later. All right, cool. Now Scotty says, uh-oh, we're in trouble now. Yeah, he's got powers now, boys. Be careful of Mr. Andrew. Alright, we need the steel, which is probably just going to get stuck on the end and eventually be pushed in somewhere through here. If I change this around, would that matter? This needs green chips, this needs steel, and yeah, so if I change these around, that would make more sense. That would make more sense. And then obviously we would need to do something like, yes, we would need to build a bridge eventually. But we can do that. Well, it's still going to be belts. I know, but it looks a lot cleaner this way. Probably be me moderating myself. That's fine too, sir. That's fine too. Okay. What else have we got left over? We still got these things, and I do want to keep that on the first row. Unfortunately, the output of this red is going to be needed everywhere. Plastic don't need to go any further than this. Yeah. So red is going to go where exactly again? Obviously there and No. Can't represent that really, but red is going to go there. So something like, oops, something like something like this way, I don't know. It's obviously the most stupidest way of representing this, but as long as we know what goes where. See, that's the point. I don't... Is this really... Sorry, I'm just trying to think out loud here. Wait, 3 outputs of red is not enough. We need 4 outputs of red. I need in total 28 belts of red. If I do 3 outputs of 8, I only got 24. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Everything sucks. Well, this just moves down, I suppose. And we copy one of these down to... Why is there a space in between? Sure, I'll have a space in between. Why not? And then we... I hate it when that happens. We'll have a space in between, and then we cut that and put this back here. Okay. We need 4 of these? Oh my god. Okay. This is pointing in the wrong direction. No, it is not. Okay, that's because we're at 100 speed. You are using mods for flipping blueprints? Yes. Is it better than the included vanilla? Yes. Yes. It is because it allows me to flip more than what I can flip with the official one. Okay, what else do we need? I mean, I can do the... I can do... crap. Okay, I guess I can do the fuel separate right here, right? Because that's just a thing in of it, a thing in and of itself. Going out here, and then we get. Actually, that's not bad. Oops. Because if we take this thing, not entirely sure this is going to be where it's going to be. What the heck? Is this pointing in the wrong direction? Oh, it is pointing in the wrong direction. Screw it. Yeah, whatever. We'll make it work. Something like that. I don't care. And then we can take this one, get our low density structures in there, and then we can take this one, and go this way. Obviously, that would be a little bit more centralized than what it is now, but whatever. Whatever. Yes, chemical plants and signals, indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. We can kill this, because this is not actually doing anything anymore. Oh. Perfect. This we already... Wait, do we already have... No. What do we need for accumulators? Batteries. Poop. Batteries are going to come from here as well. Plus the acid is going to come from here. So, if we take this and go... batteries and acid... And then we go plastics. Alright. This is going to be one hell of a bridge. Okay. Because the acid is... Well, the acid is pipes. So I don't really care about that. Because we can cheat our way through a lot of this stuff. Getting acid there. What was the other thing that needed acid? It was something else. Oh, batteries. Well, batteries is not an issue. Because batteries is already where it's at. So I can just do that. And the rest of the acid can go through. Batteries, however, is going to be a little bit of a thing. Okay. Okay. So batteries are going to go all the way down here for accumulators. So this is steel. And accumulators need just the iron and the batteries. So the only thing we've got left is radars, which, oh my god, also need green chips. Well, poop. So that's where the leftover green is going to go. Alright, well, let's have a look. We grab this. We stick that in there. We grab this. Hello? This, and we stick that in there. We don't need EU technical. Fine. I'm stuck. Okay. Really? There we go. But this also need... Nope, just iron and gear wheels, so lots of iron trains going there. I'm going to say this one goes through this way, and this one goes through... Oops, this one goes through this way. Yeah. Yeah. That means we need the batteries to go in here with what else? Iron. So iron is coming in from the back. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whoever had the genius idea of building this on expensive mode, you're fired. Son of Battle Man says, see ya, I gotta go. Oh, man. Alright, cool, man. I'll see you next time. Look on the bright side, says Danny. By the way, Danny, hello. How are you, sir? Glad you are here. Glad you are here. Wait, did I get... No. Okay, cool. By the time you've built this You'll be near some billion ore patches. That is absolutely true, actually. Amber Scotty says, Mr. Diablo, I understand your balancing concerns and agree for oil is likely an issue. But since you ship in ores by train, won't they themselves balance over time rather than the need to explain explicit lane balance? Yes and no. If we explicit lane balance, then we would need to import less. So less trains on the track means less overhead. Because lots of trains, we're gonna get about 400 trains on the track just for each side alone. So yeah, there is that. We need to think about how many trains are running. Zentier says, hello, what is this belt shenanigans all about you doing right now? Well, it's a schematic representation of what our factory is probably going to be looking like. Well, I hope at least. So we would need to have this going out here. But we don't have the room to do that here. So are we yeah, I think we're going to go like this. And turn this around. And then this one is gonna go. Again, this is just a silly schematic representation. It does not actually do anything useful. But now we're not centralizing this thing, and that stinks. But we do get our batteries. Oops. We do get our batteries through to the other side. Oops. And green chips go in there. The accumulators don't need. Nope. What else needs? This needs steel, but that's direct ingest. Good. This does not need steel. This does not need steel for some reason. Obviously not. The low density structures need steel. Shoot. The low density structures need steel. And lots of it, by the way. Lots of it. Hold up, so we're talking about 80 belts of green chips? No, sir. No. We wouldn't do anything as benign as 80 belts of green chips. We're talking about 150 belts of green chips. Obviously, I would want to centralize this a little bit more, but I think we've got most of the parts set up, so we know what goes where. Am I forgetting anything right now? Well, obviously, I'm forgetting the belt for... Well, I haven't forgotten, I just haven't placed it down yet. The belt for steel to low-density structures, which is going to go from... Whoop. Actually, that's an interesting one. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure things out here. If I don't do that, then I get 9.5. And otherwise I get 14.5. So only 4 belts of steel are needed for... this. So we need about 9 belts of steel coming out. 9 belts of steel is actually 2 of these. So if I take this and go 1, 2. We get 8 out of this, and we get about 4 out of this. So we have overkill on the line, which is good. We can centralize this, that's fine. We need to exit that. We also need to exit this, obviously, because we're not building this just because we think it's funny. We're building this because we need to centralize, we need to push this to this center setup where our satellites are also being built. Can I represent that as well? Will it show both? Sure, why not? Obviously, we won't be building, or we won't be exporting satellites here. We will be using them to shoot rockets and then get the white science. I just want to represent it somewhere. That means we get more belts going this way. With stuff, which makes it a little bit harder, but these will be centralized so they join this line right here. Somehow, some way. Blueprint the schematic in time to split the screen. Ah, yes, it is time. You are absolutely right, sir. Let me just think about these ones. Just, I want to get this done, right? I want to get this done. These ones... also need to go out here. Wait a minute. Steel. Why is the steel just touching that one, which is weird? Because it's touching the accumulators. No, no, no. This is being fed. Okay, so this will be... oh, my God. I need to... this all needs to move to the right to make enough room to get steel to go in here. Huh. Wow. Okay. This one needs to go there. This one needs to go there. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay. Actually, I need to be one out. So there. One or two? No, let's do one. Let's just represent it with one. That should be more than enough. This one would go out there. This one would go there, 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 and there. We got 1, 2, 3. So we get an extra belt here. We don't technically have enough room, but whatever. We're just gonna make do. I'm gonna go. That feeds into that. Don't question it. Just go with it. Sure. I have no idea how this was going. Something like this. So now we've got our steel going this way. Our plastics need to move to the right, but that means everything needs to move to the right from this point on. Wait, how is that possible? Oh, hold on. I was already in the right spot. It was already in the right spot. This steel is going that way. This plastic, we wait for the save. This plastic's going, oops, this way. So we're going to go like this. And this is no longer needed. And then plastics obviously also do that. And that's all gravy. Okay, so now we've got our steel going up into our low density structures. I mean, we can't avoid having lots of belts everywhere. Well, we can, but I don't want to. And we've got 6 ingredients needed. Okay, we've got the radar, the accumulators, and the solar panels. Yeah. Rocket fuel we get from the top. We've already established that. Low density structures are coming in from here. So we've got those set up. And we've got blue chips coming in from... Ah. Ha 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 ha. So we need blue chips for the low density, or the rocket control unit. But we also need them for this. So, I'm going to cheat this a little bit. I'm going to go like this. And say we are going to skip this one here. Oops. Like so. That's a plastic belt coming... No, that is not a plastic belt. That is batteries coming down. So we'd need to move... Oh man, that sucks. If I need to move that outward... Wait. How about we don't move it outward and we just move this to here? Sure, something like that. That's pretty centralized, isn't it? Ish? I mean, that would be more centralized, but we're going to get more stations here anyway. And we're going to get a bunch of stations here, both iron and copper. So I'm thinking if we centralize on this blue factory, I think we are going to be golden. So I'm just going to go with the flow, as they say. And then I'm going to go like this. And go... Alright, there we go. Sure. That is our schematic representation. Alright. We've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients going into whatever we need here, because let me just check that real quick. I can't check that real quick. We need these 3 to go into the rockets, and we need 2 of these, the low density structures, and the fuel plus 4 others, which we've got 3 of them down here and the one in the middle right there. The blue chips going in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we've got 7 ingredients. All right, cool. That, ladies and gentlemen, is that. That is our basic structure. I'm sure we're going to have to jiggle it about a bit at some point to get everything to fit right. But we'll do that when we build it, because we're going to have to build it and see if it does what it needs to be doing. Whew. All right. I'm going to blueprint this. So, I'm going to actually blueprint the entire thing. So we have a representation of this. Stick that in there. I'm going to call this White Science Schema. Alright. White Science Schema. Alright. Save that blueprint. Alright. We can always refer to this if and when we need to. That is, however, where this episode ends. If you're on Twitch, stick around. We'll do the next episode right after this. But for those of you on YouTube, there is, and you know what's coming, only one thing left for me to do, and that is to say thank you to my patrons for sponsoring this channel. It helps and motivates. Thank you very much. And to anyone else, I'll say thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below if you have any suggestions or ideas. My name is Diablo, and I will see you next time.